What's up, everybody? It's Bo here, and we are back on FANCRAFT. That is right. And oh, I have just dismounted Beta Ray Phil. Okay, here we go. All right, we're back at it. We are actually on our way to the Harry Potter district today because I have just been absolutely on fire with ideas. And oh no, I just realized we don't really have a good entrance for horseback. We've got an awesome secret entrance if you're not on horseback, but we're just gonna have to go around all this. So as I've mentioned in previous episodes, Harry Potter is not necessarily my fandom, right? It is not the one that I know the most about or very much about. So I have taken the time to educate myself, right? To learn about all the various kind of shops one might find on Diagon Alley, as well as the Hogsmeade area. And oh my goodness, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. There's so many different kind of diverse styles and colors and different things. And as you can see, I've already kind of started to sketch out some areas for some potential builds. And yeah, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a couple of different Harry Potter inspired builds right here in the Harry Potter district. And I'm excited for it. And actually, these new properties are going to end up costing a lot of diamonds. And yeah, I'm just now realizing that I've got to get some money. But that's fine. I've got a ton of stores, right? I should be doing okay. It's been a minute since I've checked, my profits here. Okay. All right. Well, that's 3. 1. Okay, surely we've got some copper sales, okay? This whole thing was getting ready for... Yes! All right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, man, okay. No lie, I expected it to be empty. I'm so happy that that was actually there. And then, of course, there's my honeycomb. Okay, yes. Oh, yeah, and this one, too. The funny thing is, I've forgotten how many shops I actually have. My terracotta shop has actually been the main one that I've been kind of going back and forth to because this has been a good earner for me. Yeah, because terracotta is not exactly something you can farm. Boom, boom. Okay. Does look like I do need to do some restocking. Yes. Sand used to be... Okay, yeah. Okay, we're still doing good on sand. This is making me miss the days of when I just put all of my shops in one location. In many respects, I'm torn because on the one hand, I do miss the convenience of having everything in one main shop location. That was kind of the idea with LexCorp Plaza in season 2. But I do like that having things as spread out as they are has really kind of helped to fill out the cities. It's been a good incentive to make sure that we're building a lot of shops. Ooh, see, the Gamma shop. I completely forgot about this. Not completely forgot, but I haven't checked this. And look, we've got sales and name tags. Yes, we have sold some name tags at the stables, which I think leaves the main one, which is Bowser's Castle, or should I say Bowser's Casino. As you recall, we created a casino here in Bowser's Castle, and I haven't checked it in a while because I heard there were some issues with the game, but I think those have been resolved. Let me just test it real quick. Okay, yes, the game is working now. It wasn't for a very long time, but I've got it all fixed, and we just need to get into the machine and actually see what our profits are. 5. All right, so there was an additional 5 diamonds in there. I guess technically 4, given we just tested it, but I actually did have a lot of more diamonds than that. I promise. I'm good at business. I know. I did have more diamonds than that I cleaned out when I discovered that it was broken and I had to fix it. But I guess the good news is that Bowser's Casino is back in action with a lot of really good prizes in there, by the way, to all the crafters. Huh? Yeah? Any of you with gambling problems? Bring your gambling problems on down to Bowser's Casino. All right. Properties are all bought and paid for, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and get us to work. There's so many different ideas. It was hard to choose which one we would actually get started with, but I think this one right here, this kind of wacky looking thing, is actually what we're going to be doing today, and there's a reason for that. And it's not just because I actually have the materials for it and I'm ready to go. No, it is actually because this is such a different kind of build that actually uses these purple blocks, which I almost never use. And so I'm excited to actually build something that incorporates these and hopefully will look pretty sweet. Now, as you can see, I've actually been actively growing some more materials to make purple blocks to be able to go along with this build, and I'll talk a little bit more about it here in just a moment. But first, we've got an intruder. Hello, are you a? Oh gosh, what's the guys that kiss Harry Potter and make him see nightmares or something like that? Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I didn't even get to Expecto Patronum. Phil, I didn't even get a chance to Inspecto Patrona him. Okay. All right. No, that's fine. But yeah, okay, let's talk about this build because it's going to be great. All right, so kind of an odd choice. I'm not going to lie. It's an odd choice to start for a Harry Potter build, but I'm actually going with Eeylops Owl Emporium. That's right, Eeylops Owl Emporium. Eeylops? Actually, I don't actually know how to pronounce this. This is going to be terrible. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And so, yes, I've done some research. And much like other builds, especially from a fictional universe, there's different takes on them. And the one that I've decided to go with is inspired by the one that you see on your screen right now. And I love the colors that are here. I know that in, I believe, the movies, it's a little bit more subdued. But for our purposes, we want to go with the nice, bright, colorful look. And I think it's going to be awesome. Now, you may be wondering, what are you going to sell here? Because, of course, the Harry Potter district is a commerce district, which means most of the shops and builds need to be true shops where we are selling things. For example, our candle shop, which sells candles. What are we going to sell in an owl shop in Minecraft? Well, just don't worry about it, okay? It's going to make sense. And I'll show you. All right, it's fine. Do you believe in magic? It'll be great. But I do want to get rocking and rolling with this thing, and I've got my materials, or at least a good bit of my materials, ready to go. I'm going to let these guys grow in the background while I'm working, just so I can make sure that I can get all of the little details I want from the purple blocks. Oh yeah. All right, let's get jumping into it. Let's see how far we can get. All right, and we've made, as you can see, some fairly significant progress. Oh, just got some experience. Oh, okay. I'll take some of that. Yep. All right. Yes. Okay. So let's look at this thing head on, right? So we've got the front face of the building done, and it looks pretty good. I think I'm good with this. Working in the purple bricks and kind of using those as accents is a little tricky because you're limited, which makes sense. It's not a popular block to use, is it? And I understand it. It's very rare that there's actually a good build that it works in, but I think we got that here. Okay, so kind of layering on kind of the sand wall to kind of break it up and give it a little bit more of some depth, make some of those lines a little thinner, that sort of thing, I think is pretty good, and it's working out okay. The big question is about the bricks, like making sure that I'm putting in the right amount of bricks. I do think less is more, but you gotta have, some. And so, I don't know. I do think it's coming together. This side is, for the moment, going to be left open. And don't worry, all of this stuff inside, we're going to clear all that out. This is going to actually have an interior, I promise. But yes, we are going to leave this wall open because there's clearly another build that will be right next to it. Spoilers for the future, I suppose. We've got our little platforms out front where our owls will sit. And then, of course, this side right here where I'm just kind of getting creative to figure out how to fill it up. And I got supply locked, which is why that's why we are doing the check-in right now. In fact, that generally is the case. I build until I get supply locked, and then I just kind of pause to take a look and showcase where we're at. And I gotta say, it is coming together quite nicely. Now, there is a chimney up there, but it doesn't come through as much as I thought it would from the ground. And I guess that's okay. There's got to be a lot of chimneys, I think, throughout, based on the designs that I've been kind of looking at and studying from kind of these Harry Potter locations. A lot of chimneys, very, very London, very foggy London town, right? Yay, chaps. Right then. And as you can see, we have no back. So yes, we are making progress. Somewhat slow, somewhat steady, but definite progress being made. Okay, I just need all of this stuff to cook a lot faster, and that would be great. And with that, we are done. That's right. We are at least mostly done. Okay, so let's talk about it, right? We've got some great details going on in the front. We've already talked about that. But along the side, I decided to add a few bird cages hanging down, a couple of lanterns, a little bit kind of just all over the place. No rhyme nor reason as to where they fall. And I think that kind of fits with the feel of the shops from Diagon Alley that I've seen before. Also, as I've mentioned before, we've got that little chimney up there, but that's not all. You'll notice that the top has kind of a little bit of a bend in, like it's like a little bent inwards at the very top. I think that's going to be the case of a lot of future builds that I make here on Diagon Alley. There's just a general sense of wonkiness, and I think that is kind of by intention. So we're going to figure out how and where we can add that along the way. Now, while this build is done from a certain angle, as you can see, it's not done all the way around. And that is, I mean, there's a reason for that. For one thing, I don't know if I might actually end up moving this build over to the behind area right here, facing inwards to Hogsmeade. I'm just not sure how I want to do that yet. And so I want to kind of keep that space available. And as you can see, our little owls have started to perch in front of the Emporium, getting ready to make all of the wonderful sales and all of the customers happy as the students come to Diagon Alley to get their various owls. Now, you might be wondering, how are we going to sell owls? After all, if we are using, quote unquote parrots for owls, you can't tame parrots. That is to say, you can't breed them, and you can't just keep them around unless you have already tamed them. So what exactly is it that we're selling here? Now, the interior is subject to change. I kind of did this in a bit of a rush. It's got elements that I like and I want to keep. For example, the nests and then the kind of the little owls perch. Now, admittedly, this guy's green and yeah, he's a placeholder. We're going to put a white one there as soon as we can find another one. And we'll have a couple more over there. Also want to do kind of like a pressure plate that when you walk in, it'll play some music and these guys start dancing around. I think that would be really great. But we got to have a lot of owls kind of hanging about in order for that to really add to it. So you can see we've got one little guy right here and a couple of chickens for our little area, a little bird cage in the back. But again, that's not what we're selling. We can't sell the birds, but what we can sell is the eggs. That's right. We are selling owl eggs. Ta-da! You know what? Hang on. There we go. Owl eggs. Yeah, that's owl eggs. Yeah, don't just, buyer beware. I mean, once you buy them, I can't promise an owl is going to come out of them. I'm just saying they're looking great, and this is where you can get them. So yeah, really excited for this. I've actually had these for quite some time and was wondering where on earth I was going to sell them. And yeah, this just really fit. I think it works for the theme of the Owl Emporium, and the design is just looking so good. It's little touches too, like at the very top, the roof with kind of the back and forth with both the oak and the birch at the very top. I really liked how that turned out. I'm also a big fan of intersplicing the full glass blocks with the glass panes. I think that also gives it a nice texture, especially when we've got on our realm, we've got kind of the connected glass. And I love the connected glass. I don't want to give that up, but I like that we can do this to still add a bit of texture into the glass, make it a little bubbly, make it a little bit older, make it a little wonky. And that's what I think these Diagon Alley builds are all about. So what do you think? Did we do it? Is this the Eeylops Owl Emporium? At least, is it a good interpretation of one? I would love to hear your thoughts as to whether or not you like it. And yeah, also, what do you think we should do next? We've got some different ideas already kind of laid out here and there, and then also back over there. But I want to know what you think. What's the next build that we should add to the Harry Potter district, specifically here in Diagon Alley or in Hogsmeade? I'm interested in that as well. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Be sure, by the way, to like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff that people do to YouTube videos when they want to let somebody know they're enjoying the content they make and they want it to keep on coming. So do that for me if you would, please. That is going to do it for me for today. But until next time, goodbye.